we're going to take a look at the Warlord Battle Titan. Again, big thanks to Games Workshop for sending us this. Let's get inside the box. Instructions are just somebody else's opinion. Wow, as you can see, yes, you're going to need glue, snippers and clean up the sprues, and if you don't clean up your sprues it's criminal. Yeah, full colour instructions as you come to expect right now. Yeah, it looks like you get the legs together, get the feet and legs, then you start working on the body by the looks of things, and it's all about the central torso, and then once you've got the torso pretty much sussed, stick the head on, and then come the arms, as you would expect. Don't need to spend any more time on that, other than it does give you a couple of options here in the book. You can build the Great Crusade Armorials, or you can build the Age of Darkness Traitor Armorial. So there you go, two options there. And what, you know, the main difference that I can see at the moment, this is about the shoulder pads here. We'll have a quick zoom in on that. As you can see with the setup, the two options basically are really about the shoulder pads, because they show pretty much exactly the same loadout here. But you can see the good Great Crusaders doing their best to be good, and all that's good in the universe. And then you've got filthy Horus, the traitorous leg, who just decided enough was enough, and it was time for him to run the universe. So there you go. That's me, that's you, as far as I'm concerned. And I think that's the case, isn't it? We're going to, as soon as these become available, buy a second one and get these painted up so you can actually see this game in play. Right, looking at the sprues, as you can see, we have 3 sprues forming this. One definitely appears to be mainly about the armour plating. Then we've got heads and weaponry, and we've got what appears to be feet, legs and torso. Right, we're going to zoom in on some of this so you can see some of the wonderful detail, and then we'll call it a day. Right, well, Jack. Just looking at some of the detail on this, just to give you a scale, you have to excuse my fingers, I've been painting, so my fingers are covered in paint, but you know, that's, nobody should be complaining about a hobbyist covered in paint, surely. Right, as you can see, the detail on this is incredible. They've been very faithful to the full-size Warlord Titan. So much so that if I get this built and squint my eyes, I can pretend I own a full-scale one. You have to do that kind of perspective. Everything down to the little void shield generators here. You see the main torso, the generator mount on top of the shoulders. I'm not 100% certain of all the terminology because I don't own one. But as you can see over here, we've got the feet. Again, pretty large. I'm using my finger for scale here, so just give you an idea of how big this thing is. What they've said in the information is it's a little bit smaller than the Knight, and it's bigger than the Armiger. So what we've got is something in between. As you see, little hatchways and all the rest going off. This is beautiful little bits of detail. I'm loving it. Let's have a look at some of these weapons. So, yeah, big guns. Look at the knight heads, by the way. You've got a couple of options in there. Brilliant, no doubt. I wonder if Forge World will do what they've done for the full-size one and release like resin upgrades for these things.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Got to, haven't they? Along with weaponry.
Different weaponry.
You can see missile pods going off back here as well. So just at the bottom of the sprue, and again, more armour. They're the missile pod mounts, so you can see how they're fitted on the model. Could you magnetize? It's hard to tell. I actually think yes. I think they've even, in fact, if I remember rightly, this is going to be difficult to show on camera, but if you look there, they've intentionally put a recess for a magnet. And I'm saying that with confidence because I chatted to the designer whose job it was to translate these from resin models to plastic. I don't know how well known this is, but originally these were going to be resin releases, and then they did, you know, somebody did the math and said we better do these in plastic, otherwise we're going to break Forge World in terms of production. So one of the things they did do was take into account that, and that people would want to swap weapons out and allow for magnetization. So I think that's absolutely brilliant. that Games Workshop have taken that step. That looks like another, I'm guessing, if I had to guess the size of the magnet, they are 5x1s, which is perfect for the size of this. So.
Well, even when you look in the instruction manual, they've the rulebook, they've shown different war gear options for it. I mean, in the instructions on the practice game, it had turbo lasers on its back instead of the missile launchers. So they're definitely going to be releasing different weapons, and I wouldn't be surprised if they are Forge World weapon kits.
Yes. Makes sense if there were resin. I'm just having a quick look in the instruction manual while we're looking for this. I was looking for any kind of reference here about whether you can or can't use magnets actually, and there isn't any mention of it, I have to say, but like I say, I'm basing it on what the designer told me, that they'd given some consideration to say these little mounts here being able to take a recessed magnet. That was the plan, so I hope that's the case. We'll find out when I actually start building this, because if you can magnetize it, I will. So check out the closer look video for this, because you'll see whether I managed to get away with magnetizing. Let's have one last quick look at some of these, and as you can see, these are the shoulder pauldrons, and we have the loyalist, the traitors, and blank. So if you want to make your own symbolism and all the rest, you can absolutely fill your boots. And again, we've got everything from the leg armor to individual bits of support structure and frame. So here we go over there. There you go. There's not a lot more to show at this point. I think what you had to say was really interesting, Jack. Oh, sorry, we should say, of course, you do get a set of transfers, which is good. I think at this scale it'd be nice to be able to put the transfers on so you can actually see what's happening. But just back to the back of the box where we get a full scale picture. So let's have one last look at what you pointed out. This is model shown at actual size. So just to give you an idea, let's put the ruler alongside that. So
about 6 inches tall.
Yep, I'd say five and a half inches, and realistically it's 5 inches to the top of its armor plate, and that extra half inch is gained by those missile pods. So yeah, that gives you an idea of how big this thing stands. From shoulder to shoulder, it's looking about 4 inches. So these aren't as big as a Knight Titan by any means. I don't think they need to be. I think it's great it's at this scale, because we can all hold out hopes that one day we'll see an Emperor class Titan. You know, I mean, how big would it be? You could get it standing about 9 inches tall, maybe something like that. Who knows? Somebody out there who really knows their Knight Titans can make a comment in the bottom and tell us at this scale, if a Warlord Titan stands at 5 inches to the shoulders, what are we looking at for an Emperor class Titan? Answers on a postcard, or better still, on the comments below, please. Right, that covers everything from this wonderful Titanicus box set. Well, I hope you enjoyed that quick look. It certainly looks like an impressive model.
Looks fun.
A lot of detail. Manual's bigger than you'd expect. But that's all good. I'm going to pretty much start hacking away at the sprues at this. And let's get this thing built up for the closer look video. Check the link below. Thank you very much for joining us. If you want to support us, you can pop over to wargameronline.com, and that's where premium membership. You can sign up for $2.99 a month, and it helps us keep doing what we're doing. Big thank you, of course, to Games Workshop for supplying all of this to us for review. Brilliant, as ever, wonderful people who just keep our hobby juices flowing constantly with this endless stream of wonderful goodness that keeps coming through. I think we're both pretty excited about Titanicus, aren't we?
I'm quite excited.
We've been a bit giddy about this since we actually saw it at the open day.
I like my Titans.
What are you thinking, collection-wise? All of it?
Yeah, I think we're definitely one Warlord, maybe two. Depends how much they are. Couple Reavers, couple Warhounds, several Knights.
You've raised a good point there. We've not been given the price point of this at the moment, so we don't actually know how much one of these things is going to cost you. You know, we have to say it's smaller. As I've said, it's smaller than the Knight. I don't think you'll be looking at £100 for this.
No.
I'm going to probably plunge a guess around about 70 British pounds for this one. So, you know, all you wonderful people out there in the globe, do your translation. If I was going to have to make a call on it, I'd say they're going to sell them for about £70.
Yeah.
I think it'd be brilliant if they went for about 50. I'd be surprised. But you can only
60-70.
60-70, and then the night box set probably about 30-35 for the 3 nights.
Yeah.
At a guess, and by the way, we haven't been given any information. We're just having a guess based on how big the models are, what the current pricing strategy is for Games Workshop at the moment. That's our pure guess at that. So it's not going to be impossible to build up a night household. I think you're going to see some super large collections out there from the collectors who are just going to do, you know, a full night household and all the rest. You know, multiple warlords, all the rest. But for me, probably a warlord, a reaver. You know, maybe down in the scale, a warlord, 2 reavers, 3 warhounds, and 9 knights, maybe 6 knights. How about that then?
Yeah,
that seems nice and pyramid shaped, which sounds perfect. So who knows though? There's probably more in the rule book about how you should structure the household.
There is a section on how to create a mana pool.
And if you want to see more than that, check on the links below because there is a closer look of what's going off in the rule book. Right, thank you very much for joining us. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to hear more from Wargamer Online on Adeptus Titanicus. It is something we're going to be looking at, without a doubt. We'll definitely be getting some of the other players involved in this as well, and I think it's a nice little thing to jump in and out of the scales, play these big battles as an element of a campaign, and then back into 40k as a standard game, and then drop down to Kill Team as a small skirmish, and to jump backwards and forwards between those. I love the idea, for instance, of an AdMech Kill Team needing to recover an important component to a warlord or something like that. You literally jump from one game to the other. Would be great. Right, thank you very much. We'll see you again soon.
Thank you.